Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Now with Borderline Saints GMS El Paso. Welcome to another video. And always, before I get started, I want to give all honor and praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakak Kwadash. Also, I would like to give honors also to the head apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all sincere brethren. Keep believing and keep the faith, regardless of whether they hear or whether they forbear. Today, I will be taking my lesson from John, the 21st chapter. And we'll get started there. And as always, prayerfully, this lesson will be of good forbearance to the hopeful elect of Israel. All right. So that's the lesson that's going out to the hopeful elect of Israel. All right. And prayerfully, you'll be fed. All right. And then it goes here and it says, after these things, Yahweh Shai showed himself again to the disciples at the Sea of Tiberias, and on this wise showed he himself. There were together Simon, Peter, and Thomas, called Didymus, and Nathanael of Cana in Galilee, and the sons of Zebedee, and two other of his disciples. All right. So there you have it. Yahweh Shai had shown himself to some of the disciples. And this is John 21:3. Simon Peter said unto them, I go a fishing. They say unto him, we also go with thee. They went forth and entered into a ship immediately, and that night they caught nothing. So they were out fishing. All right. So the disciples were fishermen. And that's what I'm doing here in this video. All right. Fishing for the 144,000 hopeful elect. All right. So this is what this video is all about. All right. And then it says, but when the morning was now come, Yahweh Shai stood on the shore, but the disciples knew not that it was Yahweh Shai. So he was standing there looking at them fishing. See, son of God, Yahweh Shai. All right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, so this Jesus Christ name came from, is a Greek name that was given to Israel, because they were out to hide general information from the Israelites, what they had brought them into slavery. And they wanted to hide from them who they were, because at some point, the Israelis, the 1948 established Israel, the lands that Israel had been in. All right. And then it says in the 5th verse, then Yahweh Shai said unto them, children, have ye any meat? And they answered him, no. So there they were. They had been out there fishing in this Sea of Tiberias that night, and they had caught nothing. See? So, and here was Yahweh Shai watching them fishing, like he watches us. He watches us fishing for the hopeful elect, but they had caught nothing. All right. And then Yahweh Shai said unto them, children, have ye any meat? And they answered, no. And he said unto them, cast the net on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. So this was his words that he had spoken. See? And so that's what we have to do. we have to cast our net on the right-hand side of the ship. All right. That's what we have to do. And the Lord say, cast your net on the right-hand side. Just do it. And he'll bring you in sufficient to the net. And they cast therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitude of fishes. See? So there you go. Yahweh Shai doing a miracle. He told the disciples to cast their net on the right-hand side, see, of the ship. And that's what they did. And they were not able to draw it into the ship, all the fish into the ship, for the multitude of fishes that were in the ship. You see, so the Lord had given them a blessing to be fishermen. All right. And then it says in the 7th verse, therefore the disciples whom Yahweh Shai loved said unto Peter, it is the Lord. Now when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he girt his fisher's coat unto him, for he was naked, and did cast himself into the sea. See, so he tried to cover up when he saw how he was out there in that heat. See, fishing all that time, probably had gotten hot out there fishing for so long, but wasn't catching nothing. But when he saw Yahweh Shai, he had respect. See, that's the first thing we got to do, is gain respect for the Lord and be aware when we are in his presence. See, show some honor and respect for the Lord when we're in his presence. All right. And then it says, and the other disciples came in a little ship, for they were not far from the land, but as it were 200 cubits, dragging the net with fishes. There they are, they out there dragging the net. They can't hold on to all the fish. So if the net is dragging, typically they would have been just picked up the net and took the fish out of the net, but it was so full of fish, they were dragging it. All right. And it says, as soon as they were come to land, they saw a fire of coals there, and fish laid thereon, and bread. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, bring up the fish which ye have now caught. Okay. See, so the Lord is speaking to the disciples, telling them to bring the fish that you have caught. All right. And Simon Peter went up and drew the net to land full of great fishes, 153. And for all there were so many, yet was not the net broken. So the net wasn't broken, even though they had all that fish in there, it didn't break. So they were able to bring up a lot of fish, you see, instead of the net breaking and releasing the fish back into the sea. See, so when the Lord bring fish into our attention, who are standing and listening and hearing the gospel, you see, we need to make sure that we stay in the gospel. Don't go outside of the gospel, okay, when the Lord starts bringing in the sheep. All right. And then it says, Simon Peter went up and drew the net to land full of great fish, 153, and for all there were so many, yet was not the net broken. Yahweh Shai said unto them, come and dine. So the Lord is baiting, as they say, baiting them to come and eat. See, because the Lord wanted to give them some meat. All right, and wanted them to eat. See, so he got them settled down so they could eat. And none of the disciples durst ask him, who art thou? Knowing that it was the Lord. So they knew that they were dealing with the Lord, because the Lord had spoken, and they had been walking with the Lord before, you see, and saw the miracles that he was doing, you see, and how the multitudes were following him. All right. Then Yahweh Shai then cometh and taketh bread and giveth them, and fish likewise. So he took the bread and the fish and gave them likewise to eat. This is now the third time that Yahushua showed himself to his disciples after that he was risen from the dead. So this is all happening after he had risen from the dead, all right, because he had been crucified and so forth. And for the third time, this was the appearance. He had appeared to the disciples, this time while they were out fishing, again, doing miracles right before their eyes. So these men were blessed to see the Lord Yahushua after he had risen. See, so he had his body, he had put on a new body. You see, and it's a blessing when we have the faith to be able to see that new body when we're in the Lord. Okay, so we go by faith. All right, and it says, so when they had dined, Yahushua said it to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonah, lovest thou me more than these? See, so he's asking Peter, do you love me? You see, and he said unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my lambs. See, so the Lord is commanding the disciples, see, after he had appeared to them in a different body. You see, but they were able to see him, but he was in a different body because he had risen from the dead. All right. And he said to him again, the second time, Simon, son of Jonah, lovest thou me? He said unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my sheep. You see, so that's a commandment the Lord was giving the disciples. And that's why the Lord told us to go into the highways and the byways and to preach the gospel, because we need to feed the Lord's sheep. All right. The homeless man sitting out there who's been afflicted, he may be one of the Lord's sheep. See, and the Lord's fishing for it through you. You see. Now, also, you might have, the homeless and the whores out there, and people on drugs, and you may even run into people that are in sin that need to be converted. So there's a reason why the Lord told you to go into the highways and byways. The Lord didn't tell you to go into a 501c and sit down comfortably up under air conditioning and collect money. See, that's not what the Lord told you to do. He told you to go out to the highways and byways. See, go out there where the bushes are. See, at the gate of the city, and feed my sheep. And that's a commandment. That's what we do. All right, because we're searching for the lost sheep of Israel. All right, and then it goes on to say, he saith unto him the third time, son of Jonah, lovest thou me? See, for the third time, asking Peter, do you love me? And Peter was grieved because he had said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, feed my sheep. So we got to go out there. Okay, you got drug dealers out there who haven't heard the word of the Lord. See, as such as were some of you. Whores and pimps, and prostitutes, and all kind of folks out there. See, but the Lord's going to save some of them if he can get them to believe and hear the word. See, because they're not going to come into a 501c. They ain't going to go into the church because the world loves their own. See, but if they see you out there, you have a presence with them, being one of the children of Israel, because the world tries to fashion themselves after the children of Israel. So you have that natural draw. You see the world, how they partying to Jay-Z and Beyonce and P. Diddy and all these famous folks. You see, they have a natural draw to you. But you're supposed to be feeding the sheep. What are you going to feed them? You're going to feed them this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's written in the Holy Scriptures. Because you're going to have some good folks walking by there, who are serving false idols. What did the Lord tell you to do? He told you to feed my sheep. That's what the Lord's telling you to do. All right. And then it says, verily, verily, this is the 18th verse, John 21:18. Verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself and walkest whither thou wouldest. See, when you were when you were young, you were walking in sin. See, doing all kind of wickedness. But when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hands, and another shall gird thee and carry thee whither thou wouldest not. You see. This spake he, signifying by what death he should glorify Yahweh. And when he had spoken this, he said unto them, follow me. See. And that's what we're doing. We're out here speaking this word to find the lost sheep of Israel. And what we're going to teach them to do, we're going to teach them the Holy Scriptures. See, we'll go back, teach them a little bit about faith from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and his seed line. And we'll teach them out of the first books that are written in the Old Testament, where all the prophets prophesied. See, teach them all of that. We'll teach them about the tabernacle of David. All right. And then we'll go into the New Testament and we'll teach them about Yahweh Shai and his covenant. See, the second covenant that was given to the children of Israel. But we have to go out there and fish. That's what we're doing. All right. And then it says, then Peter, turning about, seeing disciples whom Yahweh Shai loved following, which also leaned on his breast at supper, and said, Lord, which is he that betrayeth thee? Peter, seeing him, said to Yahweh Shai, Lord, and what shall this man do? Yahweh Shai said unto him, this is red letter, if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Follow thou me. You see, so the Lord's looking for us to follow him because he's the anointed one that Yahweh, his only begotten Son, has given to save us. And we're saved through faith and through his resurrection. His resurrection was very important. And that's the reason why he appeared to the disciples so that they could see that he was resurrected. Therefore, giving us hope and faith that when he come again and reveal himself to man in this next coming, that he would save the children of Israel. All right. The hopeful elect, the 144,000. See, so that's what we're out doing. We're out feeding the sheep for that purpose. And then it says, then went this saying abroad among the brethren, that disciples should not die. Yet Yahweh Shai said not unto him, he shall not die, but if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? This is the disciple which testifies these things and wrote these things, and we know that his testimony is true. All right, so that's a beautiful thing when we can have that faith in the Lord and believe, because this is the truth. All right. And then it goes on to say, and there are also many other things which Yahweh did, the which if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. Amen. So Yahushua did many other things. All of it's not covered here, but he showed himself even after his physical death. So the disciples will have a foundation, you see, a foundation of faith. Now, we don't see him walking around today, but his spirit is in us. All right. And we are moving by faith through whatever persecutions that we've already gone through or that may come. You see, because this is a suffering way. We already know that. But the Lord told us in 1 Peter 1:16, he told us to be ye holy, for I am holy. He told us to serve the Lord in the beauty of holiness. So this is a way of life that the Lord has commanded that we live by. All right. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to leave that with you, to the hopeful elect, to those of you, of my brethren who are out there on the highways and byways and hedges. I'm just going to leave with you. Feed my sheep. All right, and we'll stop there. We're going to give all honor and all praise and glory again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'kah Kodash. Shalom.